Anyway.
I see.
There goes your answer.
Nope.
There's that. Interesting.
It's empapado. It's empapado. I'm going to get my soda.
What do you got for this fine gentleman, sir?
Did he grow up?
Big shout out to that lawyer. I might have to.
Rosenberg.
Rosenberg.
Did he grow up watching any wrestling?
That's all I did. I was either going to be a comedian or a wrestler.
Did you say your prayers and eat your vitamins, brother?
Man, I remember I
Have you met Hulk Hogan?
yes, I have. Wow. A couple times. I almost ran Hulk Hogan over with a golf cart.
That's right.
I almost
would've.
ran him over with
You
a golf
should've.
cart. It was an accident, though. I was at Wrestlemania one year, and they had me backstage doing interviews with wrestlers. I was picking wrestlers up in a golf cart, and the whole gimmick was I was interviewing while I was driving them from one side of the stadium to the other. And so it was it was cool. It was like 2-minute interviews. And so I just had a bunch of different wrestlers, and I was driving through the hallway, and Hulk Hogan was doing an interview, and he was there with Jimmy Hart, and they had a camera guy.
That's right.
I stopped, and then Hulk Hogan turns and looks at me, and he's like, "Really, brother?" And I'm like, "Oh!" And he came over to me, and he got in my face, and he was super nice, though. He came over and gave. It was really cool. But as a kid, I remember I after I saw Hulk Hogan, I went and I grabbed my mom's jewelry, and I found a gold cross, and I remember I put it on, and I tore my shirt. I cut my shirt, and I tore my shirt. You know, como Hulk Hogan.
I think anyone of a certain age and up has ripped off their shirt.
Ripped
like
off the
Hulk
shirt,
Hogan.
yeah, but I had my gold chain with the cross on it, and I do the impressions in the mirror.
Who's your favorite wrestler?
Of all time?
You know what? No. Can we get a top 5?
Ooh, this is a lot easier.
Not
than
in
the
order.
rapper one.
Not in order. Just throw 'em up.
Well, my favorite wrestler of all time. Okay, then this will be number 1.
Go ahead.
Let's see, top 5 wrestlers. Ooh, let's see. Rey Mysterio's in there. Rey Mysterio. Bret Hart.
That's right.
Of course, Stone Cold.
Okay.
Valid.
Hulk Hogan.
For
I think
sure.
That's 4.
That's 3. Mysterio. Oh, no, you're right.
4. And Ric Flair.
Who's number 1?
Stone Cold Steve Austin.
I'm not mad at it. I like it.
No John Cena or Undertaker?
What?
Definitely in the top 10.
I'll take
Along
it.
with Chris Jericho. Chris Jericho is one of the most, dude, he's so amazing.
No
He's
Chris
had
Benoit?
he's had a lot of waves. Chris, damn, you're.
You know what?
Wild,
And this goes back to the whole thing with people that were great at what they did.
Four
but they
Horsemen,
made
G.
some bad choices in life. But Chris Benoit was I saw him wrestle a few times.
That's
And his
dope.
matches were badass.
He's a bad dude.
He was, but ultimately, you saw how the life choices, and that's unfortunate. But what he did in the ring was incredible.
I want to know who's number 2. I just got to know.
For me, probably Ric Flair.
Okay, I'm not mad at it. Stone Cold over Ric Flair is respectable.
Yeah, and for me, being able to spend time with Steve.
You kicked it with Steve Austin.
We're on a first name basis. Yeah, no, I've been to his house a couple times.
I don't
hung out.
like that.
He's had me on multiple shows.
I need to come hang out.
So we both hung out. He loves Mexican food. He loves carne asada. That's one of his favorite things. Like, give me that carne asada. He loves it.
Is he like that in real life?
Yes,
Like his character?
yes, dude, that's him. That is him. He's from Texas, and that's actually how he talks. That's what I tell people. I go, a lot of times with the wrestlers, there's a character.
It's a little, yeah.
It's a character, but him, I think the reason why his character was so successful was because it's him.
Did you ever meet Scott Hall?
Yes, Scott was so nice.
Razor, Ramon,
Scott
Chico.
was so freaking nice, and
That's
it's
amazing.
sad that I'd gotten a message from DDP the night before, and they were already saying that it doesn't look like it's gonna, So I unfortunately found out before the public did. I got a chance to hang out with him and shoot the shit. He came out to a couple of my shows, and Scott Hall, DDP, Jake the Snake, they all lived together for a little bit, and super nice guy. I thought it was a great gimmick that he had, and for
The Razor Ramon or the Scott Hall shit?
Well, Razor Ramon, clearly Scott Hall and his whole career was incredible. But for Latinos,
The Razor Ramon shit
he
was
took
amazing.
when he took on that persona of Razor Ramon,
Fire.
that was the coolest character. Like, oh my God, because back in the day we had Tito Santana.
Oozing
Don't
with
get me wrong,
machismo.
Tito Santana was awesome, but machismo, forget it, man. The chains, and oye chico, and then
The flicking the toothpick?
flicking the toothpick. And it's funny because Scott always had a toothpick. Even
Actually did.
he always had a toothpick. So every time we'd hang out, he'd always have it, and he'd always, he was always playing with the toothpick, and he's doing tricks with it, and you can't help. You were always watching him do the little tricks, and he'd flip it inside, go backwards with it. But he was so nice. He was so freaking nice and really smart, and he gave a lot of great ideas to other wrestlers. So it wasn't like he was selfish. He was responsible for helping other characters develop, which I thought was pretty cool.
That's amazing.
What was one of your favorite matches?
Oh, with his?
Just in general.
Favorite matches. I got a chance to attend WrestleMania 25, and my favorite match was Undertaker versus Shawn Michaels.
Oh.
That was one of the baddest matches I
Was that a cage match?
No.
It was regular.
It was a regular match, but it was so good, and they went back and forth, and it was like, it's over. No, it's not. Oh, he kicked out. He kicked out. The other, like, they just kept going back and forth, and it's just like, ah. And an old friend of mine, Marty Elias, was the referee. And
Sick.
so I thought that was really cool. He got to, I told him, I go, hey, dude, you got to referee the baddest match of all time.
Isn't Marty like one of the main referees for WWF or WWE?
He was
rather?
one of the main guys for WWE for a long time. And then I think he also started working with Lucha Underground.
Oh, sick.
So he was over there.
That's
But
right.
yeah, no, dude, I love wrestling.
If-
As a matter of fact, a lot of the things that are in wrestling, I apply to my show. The fact that, just with the way that they dress, the way the entrance, the music, the merchandising, the marketing. Vince McMahon knows nada pendejo, man. He's,
That's the man.
That's the dude right there.
Have you met Vince McMahon?
Never met him, and
Really?
I want to meet him. Him and Gene Simmons, I feel like two guys that are really great at honing their product and putting it out there.
I find it so
Vince more
strange
so.
that you never met Vince McMahon.
I think he's not the easiest person to meet. I don't know, and I'm not saying that like as far as his personality, even though I've heard
No.
a little bit. But getting to him is, I've met almost every wrestler I wanted to meet, except him. I've seen him many times in passing. I almost ran him over too with the golf cart.
That's right.
He was there that day.
What were you gonna say, buddy?
Oh, if they came at you and wanted you to do something like how they did with Logan Paul or Bad Bunny, would you be open to it?
I was really close this year. WrestleMania was in LA, and actually I was part of the WrestleMania launch when they put the tickets on sale. So they had Snoop, myself, and God, who was it? It was a bunch of the roster that was there that day at SoFi, and we did a whole thing to put the tickets on sale. And then once WrestleMania happened at SoFi, I was behind the scenes, and I got a chance to do interviews and pop around.
You wouldn't wrestle on stage?
The conversation was there about getting me in the ring, bro. But you know what? I'm 47, not 27. And shit, I fell out of bed the other day, and I'm like, there's no way I would have taken a bump in that ring. Yeah, me leaving the ground is not an option anymore. And I think that I could be a manager outside. I could hit somebody with a chair,
But getting put through a table doesn't seem ideal.
No.
That'd be amazing.
It would be amazing.
I visualized it. It's amazing.
But yeah, on paper it sounds good, but I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it, man. I know where I'm at. I know.
Is there anything we haven't asked you that we should have asked you?
No, hey man, this has been a lot of fun. I love the fact that you guys have actually allowed me to talk. I got in that rant earlier, and I was like, okay,
Do your thing.
I appreciate that.
I read the comments.
It's been really cool.
I don't want anyone to say I'm the guy that cuts off the freaking interview, the guest.
Right?